Hello everybody, welcome back to Bravely Default 2. This one we're going to be looking at a good, or should I say a few good grind spots that you can find in the near Rimedhal area. So I'm aiming this at the end of chapter 3 / beginning of chapter 4, where returning to previous areas is going to lock us into, or at least we're being warned anyway by the game that we're going to be locked into a series of events. So I'm going to make the crazy assumption that some people will want to make sure that they're prepared before they go there. In particular, you might want to get the new jobs that you've acquired mastered. Obviously, I'm most of the way to doing that now. And so I've got 3 areas that we can visit. I'm sorry that this isn't going to be scripted, but hopefully I should be fine getting this done anyway. Now the first one, as you can see, we are up at the cave where the dragon was. I forget the name. I'm going to show you guys anyway. That is just to the north of Rimedhal itself. This one's really easy and self-explanatory, and is in fact, in my opinion, the easiest place to level. In fact, I leveled here the fastest out of all of the places that I'm going to show you that we can use. Now this place is as simple as walking in, using yourself an insect nectar, and then getting into a fight with these ants. Now I'm going to avoid actually getting into a fight. In fact, maybe I should just show you, come on. I'm sorry if this ends up going a bit long, but it probably is good for me to just show you here, right? The reason these ants, in my opinion, are really easy for us to farm is because we only have 2 enemy types to deal with, okay? So we have the ants themselves, I'm going to bring this up here, which are weak to light damage and water damage, so that's going to be Blizziger, if you guys have that. And then we have the Lux elements, which are vulnerable to the dark element. Now, obviously I've got quite a lot of stuff, mastered and stuff here, but I was effectively just using the body slam on the cubes, and then using, well, whatever I wanted, where else, okay? Now, the one thing I probably should give you a warning about is the ants will counter you with, will counter your physical attacks with an attack that absorbs health. But they do seem to be fairly vulnerable to magic attacks, right? So we're just going to go ahead and just stick some of this on here. There we go. So just bear in mind when you do that on all of them, the cube is healed by it, okay? So you either want to leave the cubes till last, or you want to make sure that you're just taking them straight down. I think that's everything I need to say about the battles, so I'm just going to skip out till the end of this now, guys. Give me a second. Okay, so as you can see, 4 battles, 2000 XP, 283 JP, which isn't really the focus of this particular spot. The next spot that I'm going to show you guys is better for JP, really. And a bit of PG as well. And obviously this place drops more nectar for us, so we can effectively continue doing this. Now I'm aware that you're probably not going to come here with the Spirit Master completely leveled up straight away, but the cool thing is, yeah, let me do this. You get Banish, which is the first version of the spell, pretty early on, so you only really need to get through the first one. Once you get to Banish, you're going to be fine once you've got the Spirit Master. In addition to that, the Pictomancer also has I always get the buttons confused. We always also have the Skewer, which will insta-kill 1 a turn. So you can bring a few of those in if you don't want to use the Spirit Master abilities to get that done. So a couple of options just to make sure you're getting the damage on the ants and take out the globes separately. All good. So we'll move on to the second spot now. Okay then, so our second spot then is basically just a little bit over to the east. The reason I picked this spot is because you can basically tailor it how you want. If you want lots of JP, you could if you want. So there's lots of creatures in this forest here, right? And we can push them out over this way. And the more of them that you push out, the more effective this is going to be, right? So I'm not going to do this all of the way, but as you can see, plenty of stuff here to just push out of the forest. Like so. And then what you can do is you can actually herd them over into this corner. Come on now. Come here. Scared. 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 Here we go. And then we can just take all of this over here along with us as well. I'm sure there are people that are better than me at this by now. Come on. I'm not going to do this too strictly, right? But we can push all of this into the corner over here and guarantee ourselves basically a mass combat if we wish to. I mean, I've only gathered like about, what, 5 or 6 here. Now, I don't know how convinced I am as to whether or not this is better than just straight up facing enemies, but definitely per encounter here you'll get way more JP, right? So not necessarily perfect for XP, but definitely good for JP. We can push all of this into the corner like so. There we go. Now of course I did that a bit haphazardly because I wanted to just show you guys where you could take them all. But as you guys saw, we've missed a glob over there and there's some more to go. I don't feel like I need to show you guys how this works. We did this in one of the previous ones, but basically I would probably pop a bait here, probably another bug one. Wait for the bug to turn around, run into it with this love heart above his head so you get extra encounters, and then you can easily have yourself a 9 to 10 encounter chain. Do this at night time, you'll get yourself a massive JP boost, and this will just help you level up your jobs really, really quickly. The alternative method for this spot then would be to basically do exactly what we were doing with the ants previously, but to pop yourself the insect bait in the trees and then attract the butterflies to you. Now, there's only really one reason to do this in my opinion, and that is if, like me, you want more beasts to be captured. Now, we'll get a little bit off topic, but I'm going to include it anyway. I've been doing a little bit of experimenting with it with regards to capturing loads of creatures, because I wanted to see how far we could take this this Beastmaster ability, the creature comforts thing. And it is actually a little bit absurd, if I'm honest. As you can see, we've capped maximum MP on there already, but a lot of people are saying like the Freelancer got the best stats, and as of right now, that is not the case. Physical attack 435, physical attack 453, and I haven't actually even maxed out all of the different creatures we can catch just in this chapter yet. If I was to go back and capture the maximum amount of all of the creatures from all the previous chapters, I really don't know where this ends. But stats-wise, the Beastmaster is just ungodly. And if you put this on the front of a white mage with that 270 restorative power, yeah, you only need a cure to basically recover everyone's max HP. So if you are fancying two places and you don't mind the idea of getting the Beastmaster ability on everybody so that whenever they defeat an enemy, you've got a good chance of being captured. So this is literally no detriment to yourself by doing this. You can capture yourself a load of beasts and have yourself a fairly overpowered class that is at least an alternative to the Freelancer that everybody else likes using. And so yeah, I've just been kind of running around here with the bait on. The only real downside is you're going to face a much more diverse range of enemies, and so just be aware of that and make sure you do have a good variation of abilities. In particular, the confusion from the butterflies can be a bit of a pain. So that's the second spot. We're going to move on to the third spot, which I don't feel like is necessarily a grind or farm spot, but is a good place for some XP. So I'm going to show you guys that in a sec. Okay then, so our third spot for some good XP in this chapter then is going to be, I can't remember what this is called, that's like Yabba Gaga or something crazy. Now, a little bit of preparation before we go into this. If you are gonna try this method, particularly if you're a little bit lower level than me, because obviously I was much lower than this when I first started doing this grinding. Highly recommend bringing a Thunder Talisman and a Locket on every character. Also feel free to put any extra thunder resistance onto the characters that you would like. This character's attacks are either going to be trying to charm your characters, so having an immunity to this is actually going to basically neuter half of its moves, and the rest of its attacks are basically going to be thunder. We've got two minions to take care of as well, but that's not really going to be a problem for us. This thing also technically counters white magic, so you may also want to consider switching your healer from being a white mage to a red mage, as that will allow you to circumvent some of that, which I'm actually going to do now. Cool, so we're going to go ahead, get into battle with this. I'll include the whole battle just because this one is a little bit tougher. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of time we're on at the minute because I haven't edited the video together, but it shouldn't take us too long. So the main boss then is obviously the one at the back. I'll show you guys the resistances here so you guys can see what spells or effects you might want to bring in. Obviously wind, fire and earth are going to be pretty good for you, and the thing itself doesn't like dagger attacks. It's already tried to charm us and failed because we've got our lovely goodies on. Now I really like, oh, we don't have, never mind. See, it's probably bad to come here with underleveled classes on, as you can see, because these things are not necessarily easy. Triple though. Here you go then. Like I say, just be careful of it. It's probably going to start doing a load of lightning at me in a minute, but we're going to be fine. Let's see how much damage Holy does. I haven't used it yet. Not bad. Cool, there we go. As far as I'm aware, this thing is immune to silence, so just be aware of that. I don't want to use any beast abilities. How many of those moths have we got? Anyway, let's have a look. See, I'm on 59 shadow moths. I maxed out the ants I got some Sargans. I didn't even max out Sargans yet. I got Wolves. I got so much stuff to max out. Look, how much more powerful that class could get, I have no idea. But it's looking really tempting at this point. So that doesn't like wind. Do I have wind? I mean, my red mage is going to, but I don't think I put very much cast power on it. There we go. Immune to charm again. It's another one of its abilities. Just didn't really matter. Cast re-raise and stuff, but red magic. You don't like wind. Let's get some disaster on there. There we go. Let's get a potion on. Body slam. So as you see, this thing isn't the toughest once you're kind of new to some of its attacks. Just be careful of when it's gathering BP. So it's on 2 right now, right? Because it will unleash a torrent of doom on you. So just be careful of that. You guys are going to see it in a second. Now maybe Reflect would be good, because I think they are all spells. So feel free to toy with that. I haven't really tried that idea. It's already kicking my ass. Let's get some heals on here, otherwise it's going to be in trouble. Got all of these less powerful classes on right now. Let's go ahead and get some healing on. I need 2. I need 1 there. 1 there. It's gonna... Oh, so that counts as white magic even though it's red magic. That's interesting. Still counted me. Sod. Might as well have kept the white mage on. Okay, sure. There we go, so now it's going to use all of its BP. Oh, it was kind of merciful there, actually. It didn't use its AoE loads of times. Oh, now I really wish I'd put my white mage. Damn it. You guys, bring a white mage, this was terrible. Well, I've got to heal. I've got to heal you. Yeah, body slam on. We got Adele. What does... Ah, yeah, heal, go.
Let's do it. Don't worry, guy. I've got this.
Oh, thanks for bailing me out.
That'll teach you to mess with me.
There we go, that's all good. I could bring one of these lines on. Maybe we could put one of these on.
This should help.
Just heal everybody, turn by turn.
Have a moment to breathe.
The final ability on the... I think it's the Oracle. It's the one that I've got on the protagonist right now anyway. Is fantastic, by the way. I'm probably going to be taking one of those in my party later on. Just because basically what it does is it means you have all of the spirits active so long as you don't have any BP. I think you only have like 0, 1 BP. So basically as long as you're fighting reasonably, you get turn by turn recovery to MP and HP and you're immune to status effects. It's just like, what? What? That's great. Let's get some heavy on here. Need that damage. We'll use a special again in a second. Just don't have any moves right now. The Swordmaster's got like a 4-hit move, which is amazing. So I'm looking forward to using that again. Disaster strikes. It's looking nice, isn't it? It's going to BP me in a minute. How many is it on? 0. It hasn't got any BP. Interesting. Tin sword. Need to get some MP recovered. I'm aware this is making the game a bit longer, but I just wanted you guys to see this fight before you get into it. Especially if someone's like a little lower level. I don't want them to come into this and just get nailed and they've like lost some save progress or something. Ah, we're in for another special now. Hey hey.
Now let me see. Fly, blades, fly. There is much work yet to be done.
Let's keep it up. Let's do this. Blind them with your brightness.
I'm up, huh? Nails from to arms.
Yeah, that turn by turn healing is amazing. One just tank. Keep the damage up. Oh. Oh, how did that keep you up? Oh, it's because she was over a certain health threshold. Of course.
This'll do it.
The ability triggered.
To me.
That's awesome.
Brace yourselves.
Right. You. Come on. I need an health turn. Here we go. Oh, damn. You have to burn some others. Yeah, burn another. Just gonna give you 180. Yeah, it's 3 heals. 1, 2. Oh, I only did 2. Damn. Whoops. Should have done a third one. It's fine. Bring your health bringer back in. Lifesaver that health bringer is. So yeah, having all 3 of those out on a battlefield is going to be mental.
This one.
I reckon. When I can actually do it properly.
I shall endeavour to return the favour. Let me see.
I don't know what I've got on that's making him absorb the lightning. That's great.
Blind them with your
20k. Okay, so we can do another special now.
trump cards.
But then,
Here go. Prepare to be skewered.
oh, that was lightning damage.
See?
No.
Uses.
At least we got speed and accuracy out of it.
Very well.
Oh, we healed each other. That's fine. But,
All right then.
we'll get that back out of it easily enough. Okay, so you've got to use up some ethers. Come on,
Let's see now.
come on, darling.
From old magic to fail you.
It's nothing to worry about.
Oh. Hanging. Nah, we're good for now. This.
Let's do this.
I'm up, huh?
Yeah, a bit more. Oh yeah, on him as well. Just keep damage going out. Come on.
With your brightness.
Very well.
What's it on? 11k. Disaster.
Primordial forces consume you.
I mean, only like what? 2 more disasters and we're done. This is nearly done now. But
Give this one a whirl. I'm going all in.
1, 2, 3. Do 4? Yeah, 4. There we go. Should be the end now. And there we are. So a little bit of longer battle as you can see, but 3.5k XP from that. I wanted to make sure that it was in the video because I know somebody somewhere is going to say, what about this guy? I know it was a bit long. Wow, 10 minutes for that segment alone. I apologise. But it's in there now for you guys to take advantage of. The main thing that I feel like you'd want to fight that for though is, let me just show you guys the reward then, is staff. Which just basically gives us a strong staff, and it is the Sage's staff. I didn't actually get another one, that's a shame. Which is just going to power up all of your casters. Now, this thing isn't as farmable as the other stuff because you are going to have to go and basically change the screen over to make it reappear again. But yeah, I think once you're feeling confident, or maybe you've done the other areas for a while, and you want to change things up a bit because kind of that's a bit of a hazard of grinding, right? Is that, you know, it becomes a bit monotonous. Just worth going and grab yourself a bit of XP, some extra rewards. And that is going to be pretty much everything that I have to say. If you guys have got spots of your own, feel free to share them down in the comments. I'm sure other people will find that helpful. And I shall see you all in the next video.